Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and peace and blessings to all the brothers and sisters out there that's watching, listening, and learning. All right, so as you can see on the screen, this is a video, and it says African man tells the truth, right? Which this is an old video. I want to say this is back from 2016. 2017, because that's when I seen this video. But my brother had put this in the chat a while ago, and I just wanted to shed some light to this video right here. You know, as the so-called African, which I'm not too sure if he is indeed a Hamite or an Israelite or not. You know, he looked like he looked like a Jamaican to me, the dude. But who knows? He could be a Hamite, he could be an Israelite. But let's just play the video and shed some light on the things that's being said in this video.
Taking you guys. When 400 years come, he's going to take you guys back to where you guys belong. So you are African. Yeah.
Which that shows you that this video is old too, because he said when the 400 years is up, when the 400 years is up, we're going to go back to Israel. That's what he said. But 400 years, I believe, that was from 1619. Yeah, because that's when the bulk of the slaves came here to America to 2019. So that's 400 years. But that's problematic because, number one, it's been over 400 years, because this is 2023 now, transitioning into 2024, right? And then also on top of that, which I bring out all the time, I bring it out a lot, slaves started being put into slavery. Israelite slaves, right, so-called African slaves, started going into captivity in the middle 1400s, right? In the middle 1400s, around like 1441 to about 1444, right? Which that's well over 400 years. And then on top of that, the Northern Kingdom, they went into slavery or started being colonized in 1492, right? 1492. That's well over 400 years, right? That's about 500 years right there. So, brothers in the truth keep saying this 400 year stuff. Yeah, we've been in slavery for 400 years. That is false. Collectively, because it ain't just about the Southern Kingdom. It isn't just about the Northern Kingdom. It's about us as a whole, collectively being in slavery, right? Let's go to Jeremiah 50 and verse 33. It says here, "Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go." See, that's what the scripture is talking about, Israel and Judah being oppressed together, collectively as a whole. All right, so collectively as a whole, we've been being oppressed for over 400 years, right? So that 400 year, so see that 400 year thing, that's talking about ancient Egypt. All right, let's go and grab, I believe it's Genesis, I think Genesis chapter 15. All right, yep, Genesis chapter 15 and verse 12, it says, "And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram, and lo, an horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not there." This is talking about ancient Egypt, right? "And they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Now, how do we know that this is talking about ancient Egypt? Let's keep going. Verse 14, "And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance." Now, that happened during the time of the Exodus, right? When we were exiting out of Egypt, what happened? We borrowed, or we took we spoiled the Egyptians, right? And almost every Israelite camp teaches that all of America is going to be destroyed. 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, says that everything here in America is going to be destroyed. Everything. 2 Peter 3, verse 11 on down, or starting at verse 10 on down. It says everything is going to be dissolved. Everything is going to be melted with fervent heat. So that lets you know that we're not going to leave America with anything. We're not leaving America with anything. Why? Because everything here in America is going to be destroyed. And in the book of Genesis, the 15th chapter, it says that we will leave that place with great substance. So if everything is going to be destroyed here in America, how can we leave America with anything? That's talking about what we did in ancient Egypt. All right, we're going to get it. This is Exodus chapter 12. All right, Exodus chapter 12 and verse, bear with me here. Bear with me here. I got to type it in. Spoil. We spoiled the Egyptians. Yep. Exodus chapter 12, and I'm going to start at verse 34. It says, and the people took their dough before it was leavened, and their netting troughs, being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. Verse 36. And Yahweh gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians. Yeah, and they spoiled the Egyptians. So we left out of Egypt, ancient Egypt, with great spoils, with great substance, jewels of silver, jewels of gold, and clothing. All right, so that 400-year thing already happened back in ancient Egypt. We were oppressed, or being oppressed, for over 400 years in this modern day slavery, right? So just to get that out the way, now let's keep going.
So we're not Africans over here, is what you're saying? No, you guys are Africans too, but you're the true Israelites.
Right, so and that's another issue too. So and I've spoken about this a couple of times already, right? You know, guys in the truth, you know, they get what's the word? Not that they get emotional, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you can say emotional a little bit when, you know, Africa comes into play, right? The land of, you know, our land, you know, whether it's in Africa, right? Let's take a look. Let's take a look about what they say about the Hebrew Israelites, or the Israelites, the Jews, right? Matter of fact, let's take a look at the Hebrew language. Hebrew language. Now, there's a angle that I'm going with this, right? Hebrew language. It says the Paleo-Hebrew script is the Northwest Semitic language, right? Which we descend from Shem, right? Within the Afro-Asiatic language family. It was natively spoken by the Israelites, right? So the Hebrew is an Afro-Asiatic language. Now, who would be Afro-Asiatic? Afro-Asiatic people would be us, right? Because when you take a look on a map, which, hey, through the spirit, here goes a map right here. Yeah, I believe this is Israel right here, right? It is literally in between Africa and Asia. And you don't have to be you don't have to be Chinese or Japanese to be Asian. All right, the so-called Indians, they're Asian. The Israelites are known as an Afro-Asiatic people. Why is that? Number one, our land, a part of our land is in Africa. It's in the land of Ham, and that's what brothers have to realize that. People, so a lot of brothers, they get mad. Oh yeah, man, we ain't African. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, bro, relax. We know our true nationality are Israelites. Okay, we know that our true nationality is that being of Israelite, right? But you can't get mad when somebody say Israel is in Africa, because technically part of our land runs through Africa, through the land of Ham. How do we know this? Because the Heavenly Father told Abraham that we will be getting from the Nile River to the great river Euphrates. And where is the Nile River at? Let's go ahead and look it up. Shalaki, y'all. The Nile River. It's a river in Africa. It's a river in Africa. That's where the Nile River is at. Look at that. Countries: Egypt, Sudan. So we have parts of Egypt. We have parts of Lebanon, Palestine. You know what I'm saying? So that's all our land. So yes, we can claim that we're Afro-Asiatic people, so-called, but we know our true nationality is being an Israelite. Brothers have to stop being brothers. Brothers have to stop looking at things out of an Edomite lens. You know what I'm saying? And deal truly and be scholars for real, because you don't sound intelligent when you make statements like that. Parts of our land is in Africa. Let's go ahead and grab this. In the book of Genesis. All right. This is Genesis 15 and verse 18. It says, "In the same day, Yahweh made a covenant with Abram, saying, unto thy seed have I given this land, from the river of Egypt," see that, from the river of Egypt, "unto the great river, the river Euphrates." So part of our land is in Egypt. When you take a look at, when you take a look in the book of Genesis, I believe it's Genesis I think it's Genesis the first chapter, right? The Levant region, the Levant region. That's the same place that the Most High promised Abraham. That's the land of Israel. And that's the place where the Heavenly Father planted Adam at. All right. Let me see. Yep, here we go. So Genesis chapter 2, and I'm going to start verse 8. It says, "And Yahweh power planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed." This is talking about Adam, right? Now, the whole earth at one point in time was Eden. All right, it's not Eden now, because this place is destroyed because of Esau. But at one point in time, the whole earth is Eden. What was Eden? And it's going to be restored as Eden, which Eden is you go into the Hebrew word for Eden is the Hebrew word Idon, which means paradise. So the whole earth is paradise, right? But there is a specific place where the Heavenly Father put Adam at. This garden in Eden, this garden in the earth. There's a garden in the earth where the Heavenly Father put the man Adam at. And that is the land of Israel. that we know today. Right? Verse 9, and out of the ground made Yahweh power to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And when you go precept upon precept, the trees represents other nations, and the food is talking about different ideologies. Verse 10, and the river went out of Eden. So look, so there's a river going out from Eden, right, to water the garden, and formed thence it parted and became into 4 heads. The name of the first is Pison, that is it which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. There is the lium and the onyx stone. And the name of the second river is Gihon. The same is it that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel. That is it which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. See that in the fourth river is Euphrates. The 4 rivers that surrounds or that went out of the garden. So let's go ahead and take a look at a map. Let me see. What is this? This is Genesis chapter 2. Genesis 2:14. Map. Let's see. Yep, 4 rivers of Eden. Look at that. Boom. So you got Gihon. See that? This is and where's Eden? Hey, you see where Eden is at? This is Israel. All right. See, you got the Jordan River, got the Dead Sea, Euphrates, boom, right there. All right, you got the Nile. All right, all of that. All right, that's us, man. All right, that is us. See, this is Israel right here. All right, this is Israel right here. All of that we have. All of that we have, man. See, which is beautiful. All right, man. The Heavenly Father gave us a fat land. That's why Esau wants it. That's why Ishmael wants it, because that's a fat land right there. All right, but let's keep going.
Okay. Now we ran into Africa. We ran into Africa, but we're not Africans. Yes, you guys were put on the shores of Africa. Right. When these white people came, they took you guys.
How do you know that? How do you know about
that? We are taught that. History in Africa, they taught you from 0.
Wait a minute, they taught you that in Africa?
Yes. Here they don't teach you. They teach you right where they want you guys to know.
So the whole time, our people over here thinking they're Africans, and we're not Africans.
You are true Israelites.
Oh, okay. So y'all know that over there now.
Yes, we do. That's why you see, if I take your skull and my skull, they're different. But we get the same skin.
Oh, okay. So you come from Ham. Who's your forefather?
Ham? Yeah.
Ham.
You guys from Judah, right?
Right, I'm from the tribe of Judah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so he didn't really answer the question. The African dude, if he's Ham. Who knows? Like I said, he could be Ham. He could be Israel. I don't know. But see, the thing with this is, right, and this is why you got to know, you have to know what's going on over there in Africa, right? You have to know what's going on over there in Africa, right? Because, and also how the slave trade went down as well. All right, when you do your research, when you talk to different Africans and whatnot, right, they explain to you how things happened over there, what was going on over there as well, right? Because Esau, he doesn't tell the full truth of what what went down, right? The factors that goes into, on the slave trade, how slaves got kidnapped, etc., right? there's a couple ways. There's few ways the slave trade actually happened. Now, yes, you did have Hamites that sold Israelites into slavery. Yes, but that's half. But that's half the truth. That's half the truth. Israelites were selling each other as well. Now, that may sound far-fetched to a lot of Israelites, but that's the truth. And you have scriptures on that. You have scriptures of Israelites carrying away their brothers captive into slavery, which I'm going to go ahead and get those scriptures, right? Now, let me just talk about Ghana, right? Let me go ahead and talk about Ghana, which we know Ivory Coast, Ivory Coast, Ghana, that's predominantly where a lot of the slaves came from, right? Now, even within Ghana, you have different languages. You have different languages within Ghana. You have different cultures within Ghana, right? Like for example, I come from the Akan umbrella of Ghana, right? Now you have different sub-tribes or subgroups within that big tribe of the Akans. Now the tribe I come from is called Abrong Afo, or the Bono people. And we speak Chui over there. Chui, that's the language. Chui. Then you have the Ashantis. They also speak Chui too. But you have different dialects of Chui. And we have slightly different cultures. Now, we're not all looking at each other as the same people, especially then. Although we are the same people, we're not looking at each other as the same people. Same thing with Northern Kingdom. same exact thing with Northern Kingdom. Like the Puerto Ricans and the Cubans, a lot of them, they're not looking at each other as the same people, but we know that they are the same people. That's just an example. Same thing that goes for over there in the western shores of Africa. Over there in West Africa. When Judah Benjamin Levi fled from Jerusalem to West Africa, and we started setting up kingdoms, etc., and we started splitting into different cultures, started speaking different languages, etc., we weren't looking at each other as the same people because we were all doing our own thing. Just like over here in America, again, to paint that picture, you watch that movie Apocalypto. Them Northern Kingdom tribes, they weren't looking at each other as the same people, right? They were going to war with each other. They were sacrificing each other, right? They were doing all types of atrocities to each other. And the same thing, and that's the same thing that happened over there in West Africa, right? We weren't looking at each other as the same people, although we were, right? The Ashantis, the Bonos, the Fontes, Benin, Togo, Ewe, the Igbos, Yoruba. Those are Jakes. Those are Israelites. Senegalese, the Cameroonians, the Congolese, right? For the most part, they are Israelites, right? The bulk of them. But because of cultural differences, language differences, then we weren't looking at each other as the same people. So we were going to war against one another, fighting over different things. And guess what? If you got kidnapped as a what they call it, a war captive, you were sold into slavery. Even if you came from the same tribe, even if you came from the same tribe, like Ashanti on Ashanti, Afanti on Fanti, you was getting sold into slavery if you were caught as a war captive, right? And then you had Esau tricking, not tricking as in, you know, prostituting or anything, but literally deceiving or tricking so-called Africans, which are Israelites, and they got sold into slavery, or they got put on a ship, or put shackles on them. Or you had Esau literally coming in the land and just yoking them up and putting them into slavery. Because remember, Esau had guns and different things like that, you know. So there's different ways the slave trade happened. It didn't just happen, oh yeah, the Africans made deals with Esau, and that's how they got put into slavery. No, you also had our people selling each other and putting each other into slavery as well. All right. So now let me go ahead and grab some precepts on that. All right, this is 2 Chronicles, which is important. Which this is why I always stress it's important to read your history. All right, read the history, see what went down. All right, this is 2 Chronicles 28 verse 5. It says, wherefore Yahweh his power delivered him into the hand of the king of Syria, and they smote him and carried away a great multitude of them captive, and brought them to Damascus. And he was also delivered into the hand of the king of Israel, who smote him with a great slaughter. Right, which now I'm gonna jump down to verse 8. It says, and the children of Israel carried away captive of their brethren 200,000 women, sons, and daughters, and took also away much spoil from them, and brought the spoil to Samaria. See that? So yeah, the children of Israel, they put the southern kingdom into slavery. Let's go ahead and read this in the NOT. 2 Chronicles 28 in the NOT. The armies of Israel captured 200,000 women and children from Judah, and seized tremendous amounts of plunder, which they took back to Samaria. You see that? You see? So you had the northern kingdom, they put the southern kingdom into slavery, and they took their spoils. See? Ecclesiastes 1:9, there's nothing new under the sun. That's why it's not far-fetched to say that, yeah, Israelites were selling other Israelites over there in Africa, because they did it in the ancient world when they knew who they were. And that's what brothers have to remember. All right, brothers have to remember, because who knows how long we were fleeing from Jerusalem to West Africa. Over time, just like how Israel are, stubborn, rebellious, stiff-necked. All right, we're gonna start doing other things. Right? Now we may have bits and pieces of our culture of being an Israelite in Africa. Yeah, a bit, but not a lot. Why do you think the Most High rose up Esau to put us into captivity? Because we were going off over there. We were going off all the way off in West Africa, right? Having our own pagan religions, you know, just doing all types of abominations. We weren't being Israelites over there. We were being heathens over there. That's why the Most High put us into captivity. You think if we were being Israelites over there in Africa, if we were being Israelites over here in America, you think the Heavenly Father would have had put us into slavery? No. That's Judith. That's Judith, the 5th chapter. We were going off. We were doing all types of shit. All right. So brothers have to stop spewing this rhetoric. right? Rhetoric, which I'm thinking about starting a series, debunking one West rhetoric, because that's what a lot of brothers spew. Which of course I'm going to do this video, and you know it's going to go over a lot of heads, but it's fine, you know. Because a person like me, you know, if I wasn't, you know, strong in the faith, you know, that could have actually caused me to fall out the truth. Which when I was way younger in the truth, you know, I struggled with that demon, you know. I struggled with that Hamite demon, because